Today's guest on the HD Connection, man, y'all better be ready. They call him Mr. Pick Six. He won 2 Super Bowls with the Patriots. And trust me, quarterbacks was nervous to throw his way. And he had swag on the field. Welcome to the show, Asante Samuel. Deuce, what's good, baby?
You already know, Deuce here, baby. Deuce here, live in effect.
And Deuce, man, listen. You're from the state of Florida, man. You from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I was going to get on here and say, you know what? I was going to have your Lauderdale drop. But you know what? I don't think the people ready for that. So I ain't even going to...
It might not be too ready for that. It might not be ready for it.
Now, you from Lauderdale. You decided to go to Central Florida on a football scholarship. Why did you choose the Golden Knights?
Well, for a lot of reasons. But for the main reasons is that was only had like 2 options. But that was I had Hofstra, University of Hofstra, and then I had UCF. But UCF came, we had a Broward and Day All-Star game. So that's the first time I heard of them at the All-Star game. I was on my way to Hofstra. The funny story about Hofstra is I was running my damn mouth too much. I done told Willie, I done said the story wrong, but I ain't gonna say it wrong this time. But so I'm recruiting, man. I'm getting recruited by Hofstra. And this guy, I think he's just so enlightened. He's about to get this Florida kid, this great athlete, and this way in New York, I never heard of it. And, I really don't feel it, but, that's all I got. Other than that, there were some little schools that I ain't really heard of. So now, long story short, UCF come at the All-Star game. An old guy he ain't got no UCF attire on. He's like, come here, man. How you doing? He's like, how you like come to UCF? I saw a few letters, so I was like, yeah, for sure. So he came and picked me up, drove with us, about 3 of us in the car. It was like that type of visit. You know what I mean? So long story short, all that, I had to tell Hofstra I wasn't coming no more, you know what I mean? And then long story short, Coach Cox come tell me who the person is. Guess who the person is?
Who?
Coach Quinn.
Wow.
Dan Quinn.
What?
That's crazy. I had until like 4 or 5 years ago or something like that.
And for those of y'all who don't know who Coach Quinn is, Coach Quinn was the head coach for the Atlanta Falcons the last, 4 or 5 years. He's now the defensive coordinator in Dallas for the Cowboys, but that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. So if you didn't know, he was the coach at Hofstra too. So he started off at Hofstra University.
Dang, that's crazy. Now, your ball skills as a corner allowed you to get noticed by NFL teams, and the Patriots actually drafted you. Now, Robert Kraft, Bill Belichick, they took a chance on you. Now, my question for you is, in what ways did they change your life outside of financially?
Outside of financially, well, first of all, I think it was like, for me, with not much leadership and guidance in my life, I don't know if it was much, you could say Belichick or the Kraft. It was much more the surroundings they put around me for, I had the guys like Rodney Harrison, Willie McGinnis, Mike Vrabel, and then a lot of Roosevelt Colvin, and a lot of a few other guys. So those older guys, being around them, has taught me how to be a man, how to have respect, dignity, just a whole lot of things that I just didn't growing up around a man, you know what I mean? And just learning from the streets and the neighborhoods and stuff like that. So I was always, I always wanted to be better and do better in life, you know what I mean? People don't know me, they just, think of how, whatever they think of me. But, you know what I mean? I had to grow to be this way. I never been in trouble, never got arrested, never been in jail. And, I pride myself on that, man, because it's hard from where I come from not to go through that. You feel me?
I know my mom from Liberty City.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
Right? So I know. And
right,
just right down the road, and I had some cousins went to Dillard too. So
yeah. So yeah.
I already know, man. And that's one of the things, I'm glad you brought that up. I was gonna ask you on in that secondary or on that defense, who were some of the guys that helped you along the way. So I'm glad that you named those guys. Now, I want to talk about Coach Belichick for a second. What kind of coach was Coach Belichick?
Man, if I could put it all in like a couple of words, he was an army type coach. So I never been to the army. I only can imagine what an army is. But he's an Army type coach. It's a strict way, and but I think that's some of it is good and some of it is bad. The bad part about the strictness is you got to be able to relate to people and deal with people and human beings as human beings, and we grown as men, so a lot of grown men gonna fall for some stuff, but a lot of grown men ain't playing none of that stuff, and I happen to be one of them. So you know what I'm saying. So the strictness and all that was great for me. I needed that. You know what I mean. But you know, playing them silly games with grown men, that wasn't for me. You know what I mean.
And that's what I tell people. Listen, the difference between really the college level and the NFL level usually is that you can do those type of things in college, right?
Right.
I can honestly say Coach Belichick may have got away with some of those things because of the fact that y'all won. You know what I mean?
Oh, let me cut you right there. Let me go and hype you up. The only reason he got away with these things is because of Tom Brady. He wasn't not that type of coach before Tom Brady. And I knew this, and I always said this, so this ain't no surprise. I always spoke out about the mistreatment, this and that. You can't just bring whatever players you want to think you're going to win in the National Football League. You only could do that with the greatest player to ever play the game. That's the only way you get away with that. So for people to say all these things, it was a Patriot way for me. It was never none of those things. It was always go play his ball, make sure I don't get in trouble, and go play ball to my highest level. But all that other stuff that people brainwashing to, that was never me. You know what I mean? People come up to me after I left, you know, coaches, players and stuff come up to me after the game like, dang, son, I finally had to get out of there, man. It was crazy, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, I'm like, man, why y'all wasn't doing this with me when I was there, you know? So it's all about Tom, man. It's all about Tom, man. And we'll see. The future we'll see. Tom is at a new team.
Yeah.
With the COVID stuff happening and going to the Super Bowl. You ain't got to say no more.
Look, I got to ask you, one-on-one, we here. So was it Tom Brady or was it Belichick?
It was straight up Tom Brady. Tom Brady. I think Bruce Arians made a statement and he came out and basically was like, I think he's taking a little shot, but basically saying Belichick wouldn't let Tom coach. You know what I mean? But Tom was, part of that coaching and stuff like that. But Grump was a big part of speaking up about the, little me without the big platform ain't really mean too much. But when Grump come out and speak about it, it's a little different. That's
what's up, man. Now, in 2006, you retired in the NFL for interceptions, right?
Yeah.
You and Champ Bailey with 10. Now, you had a knack for intercepting that ball. But I want you to tell all the young cats growing up that want to play the cornerback position, how important was it for you to intercept the ball and not just deflect the football when you had a chance?
Yeah, that's deflecting the ball. That wasn't nothing to get hyped about for me. When everybody get hyped about deflecting the ball, okay, great, good play. You know what I mean? Unless it's third down, whatever, good play. But it is the number one thing to intercept the ball. If you play DB and you're not looking to intercept the ball, you got the wrong mentality. Yeah. Every time you catch that ball, you got to think this is $1 million. This is $2 million. I just caught $2 million. Like, this is easy money. For me, this was the only and easy, the best way for me to get paid. I had to get the ball, you know what I mean? Because for some, the team that I was on, the hype and stuff like that, I'm not gonna get it from the Patriots. Belichick's not gonna hype his players up and give them the love they need. So I had 10 interceptions, didn't go to the Pro Bowl, didn't go to the All Pro or any of those things. And J.C. Jackson this year, what they say, Belichick left him off the Pro Bowl voting list or whatever because of whatever reason.
Wow.
Come on, man. This stuff is not a coincidence. Come on.
That's crazy. Now you won 2 Super Bowl rings with the Patriots. What does those two rings symbolize for you? Because man, I played 10 years, son, and boy, I was chasing a Super Bowl. I wanted to win me a Super Bowl ring since the day I started playing football.
Yeah.
You got 2 of them, man. What does that symbolize for you?
Man, it just symbolizes for me that I've been around greatness. I am greatness, and greatness is just a part of my life. And but other than that, man, it was, I did it at a young age. I was my second year in the league. My first year we won. My second year I was a starter, we won. So it was kind of like, this is what's gonna happen. This is what we do. We got Tom Brady. You feel me? This is what we gonna do. So it was like the expectations was, in my mind, said we ain't gonna lose. And that's just how it's gonna be.
That's clutch. That's clutch right there. Yeah. Now your contract in with the Patriots. Well, first of all, they franchise tagged you. I already know you weren't happy about that. I feel like they need to get rid of the franchise tag. That's just a way of teams to cop out of certain ways of not playing people for their performance. But that's another story for another day. Free agency comes around and you end up in Philly with the Eagles. Now, how was the adjustment going from a Bill Belichick type coach to an Andy Reid, Big Red type coach?
Man, it was a big adjustment. It was a crazy adjustment. But if I prefer one coaching style, I definitely prefer the Andy Reid, because we men, we grown, and we know how to figure this out, and we're gonna respect you more. We're gonna play harder for you. But to answer your question, it was a major adjustment. My first day, you got to be meeting at 10 o'clock, and people was coming in at 2:03, 2:02, 2:01, and I'm sitting here looking like, what's going on? Coach, ain't nobody finna say that. You grown men, so you can't punish us, but the fine. What we did was, in New England, you be late, you got to put $100 in the pot, $200 in the pot. Somebody win it at the end, whatever. But that was one of the biggest adjustments for me. And then the practice tempo and everything was different. Philly practice tempo was way higher. You know what I mean? They played faster. You know what I mean? But the execution was different.
Now, Asante, I got to give it to you, man. You were so good at reading route combinations, reading a quarterback drops, especially that 3-step drop. Boy, I don't think I've seen somebody better at it. Jumping route combinations, just jumping routes that receiver was running. Now, was that mainly film study, understanding the game, trusting your instincts, or all of it together?
See, it's a good thing you say that and you asking and we talking about it, because you know me, you seen me, you've been there with me, but you had a short period of time with me. You don't see me studying no film. You see me the last one there and the first one out. That's just the way I am. That's just how I rock. My game is built on technique. I don't care who you are, what y'all doing, this and that. You got the 3-step drop. After that, I got my eyes on the quarterback at the 3-step drop. Then I keep my leverage. I keep my eyes through the receiver, through the quarterback. And then I break on the ball. On the off season, I work on my breaks on the ball. And that's what it's about. It's a technique that nobody teaches no more, and nobody understands. It's a lost cause.
I seen your tweet when you said, listen, can y'all coaches stop teaching these DBs to study the receiver?
So the first thing when I see a cornerback on off coverage with his eyes on the receiver instead of the quarterback, I'm looking like, Ralph Rip, he don't got no the right technique. You know what I mean? There's no, if I got my eyes, just think about it like this. If I just got my eyes on you and you the receiver, right? And you just stop, I gotta go follow you, right? You go, I gotta follow you. I gotta follow you. I'm at your wheel. I just gotta do what you gotta do. But if I look at the quarterback and he handing the ball off, or he stop and throw it real quick, I have a more decision of what's going on in the play. This is obvious, you know what I mean? So, it's just a technique, and that I don't know how it's gonna come back. Big shout out to my favorite coach, Coach Gene Chizik. You taught me the technique, you taught me the game. Thank you for everything, Coach.
I got to give it to you, man. A lot of people don't understand this about you, but I used to watch you, right? Mm-hmm. Before practice. And a lot of people don't know this. You used to come early before practice. You used to do your little stretches. You used to get them hips loose. You used to work on little drills, but you was getting yourself prepared mentally and physically. And you always gave it your all. I can also say this, every one of your teammates, including myself, respected you 100% the way you approach the game. Mm-hmm. Now, you might be one of the most entertaining teammates that I've ever had in my life. Bruh, the shit that you used to, I used to come in sometimes and be in that stretch line, and I used to say to myself, damn, here we go again, another day. But here come Asante. Question of the day.
Question of the day.
Question of
But
the
you know, the reasons, and like I say, Rodney Harrison, I learned a lot of this stuff from Rodney Harrison. I would watch him. He'd go stretch before practice and this and that. And he practiced with such a tempo that I was like, by the time the game gonna come, his leg's gonna be hurt or something. But the way he practiced so high tempo, it motivated me. Like I never practiced that fast. I never, you know what I mean? So that's where I learned that from. So in my mind, you see me, I'm gonna talk shit to whoever. I don't care who you is, what you think you could do. You ain't coming to do nothing on me. So that's my thing. I got to talk shit to get that action. You know what I mean? And it's gonna hold myself accountable. So when I'm talking to Dirk, you gonna throw a ball this way today? Ryan, y'all gonna? I'm looking for action to keep myself accountable and keep myself on my toes. But one of the funniest stories that you're talking about probably is, so I come down, me and Brent Grimes, when Brent Grimes didn't get hurt. So, I tell the people, I got to play the left side. This is where I'm going. Quarterbacks are right-handed. Look, I'm going to have the whole thing on lock. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go out to practice. Me and Matt Ryan we already played against each other. He already know better. You know what I mean? I was in Philly.
Let me tell the people this first. Whenever we played you with the Eagles, right? This is what we said. Listen, don't fuck with him over there on the other side. Go over there to that other corner and have your way with that other corner. Mm-hmm. And I remember one time, Jink ran a 6-yard out, and you almost picked it off.
And he passed interference.
And he grabbed you. Mm-hmm. And Rubisky came over there. He said, listen, I told y'all, don't fuck with him. Leave him alone. Go beat up on the other corner. Leave him alone on that side. Go beat up on the other guy on the other side.
All right.
But go ahead, bro. I just had to tell
you. And then there was another thing y'all had too. Rubisky said, "Don't cut that boy." Right? Was that y'all team? Yeah.
Because Biscuit, we was all about cutting DBs, cutting, slicing. You know, that's all I love to do.
Right.
Biscuit came in. When Biscuit came, he said that he only 2 people he said that about. He said, "Listen, 22, don't cut him because I'm telling you this right now. You're gonna be running a route. He gonna cut your ass back. You know what I mean? He gonna cut you back." And then he said it about Troy Polamalu. Yeah. He said we played Troy Polamalu. He said, "Listen, this one person that you do not want to cut, because I'm telling you, he gonna probably hurt you at some point in the football game if you cut him." Mm-hmm. Y'all the only 2 people he always said, "Do not cut block these 2 guys." Right. So he said it. I knew it meant something.
For sure. So I'll finish the story. So like, I come to Atlanta. Like I said, me and Matt Ryan, we already got a dialogue. You know, I'm playing against him in Philly. You know, same thing. Don't throw him away. You know, it's gonna be picked off. I had a few picks on him. Rubisky reminded me a little touchdown. I think Roddy called on me at the back of the end zone. So they got me. Yeah, they got me. So I come to practice. First day of practice, we in pass skill or wherever we at. Matt Ryan dropped back just like every other quarterback, and he just look away. He just keep looking away. So you know me, I stopped practice. Hold on! Stop practice. Matt, you got to throw the ball my way, Matt. I got to show these white folks what I can do out here. I came here telling them I could do all this stuff, and you're not allowing me to show them. Next play, he throws it out or dig, whatever it was, pick, and I go running around. Yeah, let's go do my thing, baby. Let me do my thing. So look, that was one of the best moments in Atlanta right there.
Like, only run around, bro. That's when we had fans at practice that was sitting on the hill.
Oh, really?
First of all, you threw the ball up in the air. You went down the entire line and dapped everybody up in this, and you went to Mr. Blank, and you went and dapped Mr. Blank up too. Man, I said, listen, but I told myself right then, I said, this is what we need right there, man.
What we need.
Because, we had a team full of dogs, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And when we used to practice, our receiver core, me, Roddy, Julio, we used to go against you, Grimy, and Dante every day in practice. So when we got to games, bro, the games was the easy part. The dog fights was in practice. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, that was love, man. But
I swear if Grimes wouldn't have got hurt, man, that shit would have been crazy, man. Damn.
I know. Was it the first game of the year he got hurt against
the first
Kansas
game.
City, right?
I couldn't believe it. It was like a dream. Like, what are y'all saying? Like, how?
Man,
crazy.
And I tell people, Grimy might be the most athletic. I said, don't tell me about nobody else. Grimy, the most athletic human being I've ever been around, man.
Mm-hmm. That man got some.
This Joker used to practice with his shoes untied, though. I'm like, how
you so high, man? It's crazy.
Balls with your shoes untied.
Mm-hmm. Let me tell you one thing messed me up too. Boy, if I could replay this thing, I'll push him off me so fast. You know, running, I guess, pick six. Y'all didn't know me like that because I was only there my first year. Everybody know, don't touch Zunt when he picked the ball. Just come around and swag it out. You know what I mean? Don't touch me. You feel me? Let me do my thing. You feel me? I picked six that bitch, Oakland. I know everybody can't believe it ain't happened in a while or whatever. The whole stadium. I'm finna get so many motherfucking penalties. I'm finna walk around this bitch. I'm finna make the refs come get me. I'm finna walk around the whole stadium and rock everybody. That motherfucking Dante ran and tackled my ass. I was so tired. I was like, get off me. My hamstring was hurt. I was like, get off me. Please, get off me.
Hey.
Well, I would have had that thing rocking. You hear me, boy?
Y'all was so gassed too. They said, son, we gotta go back on defense. Son say, you better get somebody else in.
Ain't nowhere in the world I'm going back out there. You crazy.
But bro, between your energy though, man, was so infectious between the stretch line, the question of the day. Listen, your post-game interviews though. Listen, hey, this how you know
was crazy.
This how you know your post-game interviews were top tier. We used to try to hurry up, especially if you balled out. We used to try to hurry up and shower and put our clothes on and go over there to record your post-game interviews. And I tell you talking about right now, son, I never forget it to this day. They said, Asante, tell us what happened on that play. I'm gonna be you for a second, son. You said, well, Will Moore told me the wrong call, so I said, fuck it. I did my thing and I picked that shit off. I said, this boy.
Hey, when I said
must see TV, man.
Hey, when I said fuck it, right? I seen everybody reaction like, oh, and I'm thinking in my head like, damn, did I say something wrong? But I'm like, shit, that's what I say. I'm just being me, like, you know what I mean? So it was cool. I had so much fun in Atlanta, man. I had so much fun with y'all boys, man.
Bro, now you have 51 career regular season interceptions. You have 7 postseason interceptions. I think those are Hall of Fame numbers. How do you feel?
No doubt about it. What is the criteria? What does it take to be a Hall of Famer?
See, in my eyes, you got the interceptions. You have the postseason success. You have 2 Super Bowls. You're going to get there, my brother. Trust me. You're going to get there.
But yeah, so we had a long discussion about that, you know what I mean? So me and T.O. and all that, but you'll see. We ain't going to go in depth with it, but we'll see. He actually know the people names and stuff like that who run the Hall of Fame and stuff like that. But you got 50 picks in 10 years. Emmett Thomas, you know Emmett Thomas with Atlanta, on Dick Night Train Lane, and it's one other person and me. It's the only people. Them Pro Bowlers. I broke the record for the interception for touchdowns in the playoffs with that 7, but I got 4 of them for touchdowns. That was Willie Brown record. He was a Hall of Famer. God rest his soul. You know, from Oakland. It was like, stop the publicity game. It's not about publicity. It's not about markets. It's about the standards and facts. Y'all can have fun with that marketing stuff. But when somebody deserves something, stop playing with them. That ain't cool. Y'all playing with people. That ain't cool.
And
Give them what they deserve.
I 100% agree with you. Now, last thing I got for you, man. Your son, Asante Samuel Jr., is one of the top cornerbacks in this year's draft. Right? 2021 draft. He went to Florida State. How proud are you as a father, man, that you can sit here and say the position that you played at a high level, your son is playing at a major university and is about to get drafted and be in the NFL as well?
man, it's one of the greatest feelings in the world, man. I don't know what else to say, man. It's just so awesome, and just watching him through the journey and stuff like that, is crazy. But what I want to say about my son is, like I said, me, man. That DNA is so serious. He act the same way on the field. I be just wanting to just relax, son. That's why you so crunk and just, man. That DNA is just crazy. It's incredible, bro. Like, it's crazy, man. But I look forward to the future. Hopefully all his dreams come true, what he want, and he end up somewhere good and have a blessed career. So
that's what's up. Asante, man, I want to thank you, man, for coming on my show, the HD Connection. You always will be one of my favorite teammates. And one of the things I love about you is that you're going to always keep it 100. You're going to always keep it real. And I can always respect a man with them qualities. So appreciate it, bro.
100, respect, my brother. Anytime, bro.